A modern BMW is hardly known for a quality build and reliable engines. Choosing the right BMW unit is like crossing a minefield. Sure, the newer ones certainly have lower mileage, but the older ones tend to be more reliable even with twice as many miles on the odometer. This is especially true for the last M Mark diesel 6-cylinder, a multiple-time Engine of the Year winner. BMW has been into diesel engines since the early 1980s. Right away it was a turbocharged 6-cylinder, the M51, and the engine we are going to speak about is a culmination of 15 years of diesel experience by the Munich automaker. Introduced before the preceding M51 gave a final farewell, the M57 brought a number of improvements that made it not only very economical, but also very capable in terms of power and torque. Today it exhibits promising performance potential with exceptional reliability exceeding 300,000 miles. The benefits of having an M57 far exceed the engine itself, as it was mostly a power plant in some of the best driving platforms of its classes. The M57 followed the suit of the M21 and M51 engines as a water-cooled 6-cylinder with a cast-iron closed-deck cylinder block with 7 main bearings. A second revision received an aluminum block and an aluminum cylinder head was standard from the first year. Unlike its predecessors, the M57 ranged from 2.5 to 3 liters, producing between 150 to 286 PS. It was always a double overhead cam 24-valve engine with a chain drive equipped with a single or twin turbochargers, never naturally aspirated. The maximum engine speed was 4,750 RPM. A major improvement was the departure from the swirl pre-chamber system to the then new technology of Commonrail direct injection, with the combustion process occurring in the piston dishes. This combination provided top-class fuel economy and impressive stock performance. It featured the last front-mounted valve train system on BMW diesel engines. In typical BMW fashion, technical updates were made throughout the engine's lifespan, usually accompanied by slight power increases. Unlike the M21 and M51, the M57 engines do not share the same internal parts quality across its less and more powerful versions, but more on that later. The M57 started in 1998 with the M57 D. This was basically a 2.9-liter engine with a single turbocharger by Guerin, rated at 184 to 193 horsepower. It had a compression ratio of 18:1 and a Bosch CP1 FIP fuel pump with a maximum pressure of 1350 bar. It used a Bosch DDE5 ECU unit. The least powerful 3-liter was accompanied by a 2.5-liter variant in 2000 for the E39 525D, which produced 163 horsepower. This variant received a technical update in 2004, boosting its power by 13 horsepower, and was used in the pre-facelift E60 525D. These 2.5-liter engines are not very common, and later 25D Mark cars adopted a lower trim M57 D iteration instead. The first technical update of the 3-liter came in 2003 with a slightly longer stroke. Apart from the marginally increased displacement, the TU and all subsequent versions were equipped with a different CP3 fuel pump, which had a higher pressure of 1600 bar. They also use a DDE5 computer and integrated swirl flaps into the intake for better fuel mixture at lower engine speeds. However, it's advised to delete these flaps as they are prone to failure and can be ingested into the engine. The E46 and E83 received a 204 horsepower version, while the X5, 5 Series and 7 Series had a 218 horsepower variant with up to 500 Nm of torque. With the TU, engineers also introduced the first top model used in the E60, 535D and 635D with 272 horsepower and 560 Nm. This variant had a low compression ratio of 16.5 to 1, a DD6 ECU unit, and 2 different size turbos from Borg-Warner, delivering a boost of 1.85 bar. Single turbo M57s had a Garrett GT2260V. BMW's uniform cylinder dimensions of 84 by 90 mm, giving a half-liter so-called master cylinder, began with this update and have been used in the N47/N57 and B47/B57 engines as well. This approach categorizes engine variants into 3 groups: the UL untere Leistung for under 34 horsepower and 75 Nm per cylinder, such as 16D, 18D or 25D, or the UL obere Leistung for power ratings under 48 horsepower or 100 Nm per cylinder, such as 20 and 30D, and the top version for everything beyond, such as 23D, 35D and 50D. The differences lie in the internal parts quality and higher heat and pressure resistance, with more refined pistons, stronger connecting rods, and finer alloy crankshafts. In 2005, the second technical update was introduced with a major change, being the aluminum cylinder block, saving 20 kilos. In accordance with the new Euro 4 regulations, the engine received new valves, new camshafts, a new ECU module, and a different Garrett GT2260VK turbo. Piezo injectors were also introduced in the OL and top units. These injectors are superior in terms of speed and accuracy, but are not serviceable and costly to replace. While they are not particularly problematic, it's something to keep in mind. The first TU didn't receive a smaller displacement, but the TU2 did get a lower trim variant, such as the E90 series 325D and E60 series 525D. These fall under the UL group with under 34 horsepower per cylinder, using the least expensive internals and more reliable solenoid injectors. The TU2 top version was refined with a higher boost of 1.98 bar and a newer DDE7 ECU. This variant was uprated to 286 PS and 580 Nm. It continued in the E60, 5 and 6 series and was now included in the E93 series, X3, X5 and X6, marked as 35D. Keep in mind that the top unit is made for pure performance, resulting in higher fuel consumption compared to the single turbo variants. This was the only version available to US customers in the new car market since 2009, and the M57's lifespan was stretched as far as 2030. The M57 is one of the most reliable diesels, and especially in Europe, there are many versions to choose from on the used car market. Its lifespan often exceeds 400,000 kilometers, and many models run beyond 500,000 kilometers. The single turbo units are very efficient, and the 35D's performance was second to none during its time. Having said that, no engine is completely trouble-free. The M57 excels in reliability lists, but some items simply fail anyway. These are often emission-related, such as the EGR, DPF or AdBlue systems. The crankshaft pulley is a wearable item, and the aforementioned swirl flaps are recommended to be deleted. Less frequently, injectors, glow plugs and thermostats may go bad. Boost leaks and turbo oil line leaks are also common. The M57 reacts very well to a remap, and even the UL versions gain and hold notable power increases. For heavier builds, the cast iron block is generally the better option, but the aluminum 35D comes standard with the highest quality internals and can handle serious power and torque. One standout example is the most powerful and quickest accelerating diesel BMW in Romania, equipped with the M57 engine. This powerplant is heavily modified and delivers over 1000 horsepower and 1650 Nm of torque. Such builds require serious modifications not only in the breathing apparatus but also in fuel injection, such as a twin fuel pump setup. Interestingly, drivetrain components seem to hold up reliably under the power of modified engines, making this platform even more suitable for heavy tuning. The M57 was also used in marine applications by a Japanese manufacturer, rebranded as the Yanmar 6BY. Besides a few stock automotive applications such as Opel and Land Rover, the M57 is a popular choice for engine swaps in the various other vehicles, particularly off-roaders like the Nissan Patrol, Range Rovers or Jeeps. There's a reason why the M57 won the 2.5 to 3 liter category of the International Engine of the Year competition from 1999 to 2002 and again in 2009. Even the most recently produced models are now over a decade old, so wear and tear may become more apparent over time. Overall, the M57 is renowned for its reliability and durability, particularly in cars like the E46 and E90, where it performs incredibly well. Owners praise it for its accelerating power delivery, excellent fuel economy averaging between 6 to 8 liters per 100 kilometers, and when tuned properly, it also produces an ear-pleasing 6-cylinder soundtrack.